He promised it was just flirting, swore nothing ever happened. But then I found plane tickets, one way, 2 seats, not for me. My hands trembled as I realized he wasn't just cheating. He was leaving. That night, I waited until he packed his bags and asked, "Going somewhere?" He smirked. "It's just a business trip." I pulled out the tickets and whispered, "Then why are you flying first class with her?" His eyes widened. And just like that, he knew he was caught before he could escape. I'm a 41-year-old man living in St. Louis, Missouri. Been married for 11 years. No kids. Just me, her, and our 2 cats. We had a pretty normal life. Nothing crazy. We both worked full-time. She was in marketing, I work in IT. I mostly work from home, so I'm around a lot. Things used to be good. Really good, actually. We used to laugh. We used to go out and explore new restaurants, hang out at Forest Park, watch trashy reality shows on the couch with a bottle of wine. Just normal, happy stuff. Then something changed. I don't know when exactly. But I remember the feeling. She started pulling away. It wasn't like some huge fight or anything. It was slow. Gradual. She started getting more busy, at work. More after-hours meetings. More out of town. Marketing conferences. She always had a reason. Always had some new work trip she needed to take. I didn't think much of it at first. Honestly, I trusted her. I never had a reason not to. But I started noticing the little things. The way she always had her phone face down. The way she'd smile when a notification popped up but never say who it was. The way she stopped asking me how my day was, or even talking much at all unless she needed something. I didn't want to jump to conclusions. I told myself not to be paranoid. Then one night, we were eating takeout, and she casually said something like, "Ugh, if my work husband flirts with me one more time, I'm gonna lose it." I laughed, but not really. I asked, "Work husband?" She smirked. "You know, just office banter. It's harmless." Harmless. Right. After that, I couldn't stop thinking about it. That phrase, work husband, it stuck in my head. I knew something was up. I just didn't want to face it yet. A few weeks later, I noticed she was getting text messages late at night. I'd be asleep, and I'd hear her phone vibrate. One night, I got up to grab some water and her phone was lighting up on the kitchen counter. She was asleep in the bedroom. The message said, "Counting down the days, babe. I still smell your perfume on my hoodie." My stomach dropped. I froze. I stared at that message for what felt like a lifetime. Then I did something I never thought I'd do. I picked up her phone. Hands shaking. Heart pounding. I scrolled back through the conversation. There were weeks' worth of texts. He called her babe. She sent him selfies. There were inside jokes I didn't understand. Talk of hotel rooms. Mentions of our spot. My hands went numb. My chest felt tight. I couldn't even cry. I was too stunned. I put the phone down. I didn't say anything to her that night. Or the next morning. I needed time to figure out what the hell was happening. So I started watching. Quietly. I didn't confront her right away. I just paid attention. And then I found it. She left her laptop open one afternoon. She always keeps it closed, but that day she rushed out to grab groceries. Something told me to look. I wish I hadn't. There was a folder on her desktop named Personal, Do Not Delete. Inside was a PDF file labeled March Travel Itinerary. I opened it. First class plane tickets. St. Louis to Denver. One way. Passenger 1, her name. Passenger 2, Robert C. I'm not going to say his full name, but let's just say it matched the name in her texts. Departure date? In 2 weeks. I sat there staring at it. One way. 2 tickets. Not for me. She wasn't just cheating. She was leaving. No warning. No discussion. Just gone. I printed the tickets. I folded them and slid them into my wallet. I didn't know what I was going to do with them yet. But I knew I needed to keep them. I started going through everything. Her emails. Her saved documents. Her texts when she wasn't looking. It all lined up. They'd met at a conference in Nashville months ago. She told me that trip was just a boring work event. Turns out she was with him the whole time. Dinner, drinks, hotel room. She even took a photo of them at a rooftop bar. He had his arm around her waist. She smiled like a teenager in love. I felt like I was watching someone else's life. Like I was outside of my own body. She had been planning this. Not just the affair. The escape. The way out. The new beginning. And I wasn't in it. I kept waiting for her to tell me. I gave her so many chances. She'd go days without really talking to me, and every time she'd say, "Work's been crazy," or, "I'm just tired." I waited for her to say it. She didn't. And then, the night before the flight, she came home late. Again. Hair curled. Lipstick perfect. She smelled like expensive cologne that I don't wear. She walked in like nothing was wrong. I was sitting on the edge of the bed. Lights off. Just waiting. She saw me and laughed. "You look like a horror movie villain sitting in the dark like that." I didn't laugh. She started packing a bag. Calm. Focused. I watched her. Then I asked, "Going somewhere?" She paused, but just for a second. Then smiled. "Yeah. Business trip, remember? I told you." I reached into my wallet. Pulled out the printed tickets. Handed them to her. She looked at them. And that was it. Her face didn't even twist into guilt at first. It just went blank. Then she sat down on the bed. Didn't say a word. Just stared at the floor. After a long minute, she whispered, "I was going to tell you." I laughed. Loud. It was bitter, and it scared even me. "When, Sarah? After the plane took off?" She didn't answer. I said, "You lied to me. You said it was just flirting." "Said it was harmless?" She said. "It was. At first. Of course it was." She went on about how she didn't plan to fall for him. How it just happened. How she felt trapped in our life. I asked her why she didn't talk to me. Why she didn't try to fix things. Why she decided to lie and cheat instead of facing me. She didn't have an answer. She said she was scared. That she didn't want to hurt me. That she thought I wouldn't understand. Then she said the thing I will never forget. "I didn't want to make you hate me." I just looked at her. "You didn't want me to hate you, so you planned to leave in the middle of the night without saying a word?" She cried. "I didn't. I had done all my crying in silence for weeks." She stayed the night. On the couch. We didn't talk. The next day, I left early. Drove around for hours. Didn't even know where I was going. Just needed to get away from the house. From her. From the smell of her perfume on the pillows. From the image of her typing those messages. From the lie I lived in. When I came back, she was gone. Half her closet empty. Her toothbrush gone. One of the cats missing. She left her key on the counter. Didn't even leave a note. That's where I'm at right now. I haven't told my family yet. I haven't even told most of my friends. It's been a few days. I don't know what to do next. I don't know if she went to Denver with him. I don't know if she changed her mind. I don't know if she'll come crawling back, or if she's already gone for good. But I do know this, she promised it was harmless. She swore nothing happened. She looked me in the eyes and lied every day for months. And I believed her. God, I believed her. I thought that was it. That she'd just vanish and I'd be left to figure out the rest. But it didn't end there. Not even close. 3 days after she left, I got a call. Unknown number. I usually don't pick those up, but something told me to answer. "Is this Daniel?" the man asked. Voice low. Nervous. "Yeah. Who's this?" "It's Rob." I didn't say anything. He kept going. "Listen, I didn't know she was still married. She told me you guys were separated. She said you were living with your mom." I swear I almost dropped the phone. I walked into the kitchen, sat down, and held my breath. I needed to be calm. I needed to hear everything. "You didn't know?" I asked, my voice deadpan. "No. Jesus. No." She said she had the papers signed. I believed her. She lies a lot more than I thought. I didn't know if I believed him, but I listened. He said they were in Denver now. He said she was different, cold, closed off. Like she already started pulling away from him, too. "I think I made a mistake," he said. "She's not who I thought she was." It hit me like a punch. Not because I cared about him, but because it was the same damn story. The same pattern. She had done it before. She was probably going to do it again. But here's the part that spun my head. She said she's going back to St. Louis. Something about needing to clean up the mess. I just thought you should know. That was 2 days ago. Last night, she showed up at my door. Unannounced. She was wearing the same jacket she left in, but she looked smaller. Eyes puffy, hair pulled back like she didn't care anymore. She didn't say hi. Just stood in the doorway and looked around like she missed it. "You changed the locks?" she asked, voice soft. "Yeah," I replied. "You don't live here anymore." She nodded. She didn't argue. I thought she'd cry. Beg. Apologize. She didn't. She asked to come in. Said she just wanted to talk. I let her. I don't know why. Maybe I wanted to hear what excuse she'd come up with this time. Maybe I just wanted to see if she could lie to my face again now that she knew I knew everything. She sat on the edge of the couch like she used to. Folded her hands in her lap. Then she said the weirdest thing. He's not what I thought either. I laughed. Loud. So you're back because he let you down? She looked at me, eyes glossy but no tears. No. I'm back because I realized I don't actually want anyone. I thought I wanted out. But I just wanted to feel something. Anything. And now I don't even know what I want. I didn't say anything. She looked around the house again, like it wasn't hers anymore. Because it wasn't. And then she pulled out a folder. Inside were divorce papers. Signed. Dated. I won't drag this out. She said. I won't fight you for the house or the cats. I don't want anything. I just want to disappear for a while. I looked at the papers. I didn't touch them. Just stared. Then she said something that knocked the air out of me. Also, you might want to get tested. I froze. What? Rob wasn't the only one. I stood up. My vision went dark for a second. She didn't explain. Didn't give names. Just stood up, adjusted her jacket, and walked to the door like she hadn't just detonated a bomb in the living room. Right before she left, she looked over her shoulder. I'm sorry. You were always good to me. I don't know what's wrong with me. Then she was gone. Again. I sat there for hours. Just staring at the spot where she'd been sitting. It was like a bad dream on repeat. Every time I thought I hit the bottom, she found a way to dig deeper. I didn't sleep that night. I went to the clinic the next morning. The nurse was kind. Quiet. I could tell she saw guys like me all the time. I still haven't gotten the results back. I still haven't signed the papers. And then, another twist. This morning, my work laptop lit up with an email from my company's HR department. Apparently, someone had filed a report against me. Anonymous complaint. Said I'd been inappropriately accessing private accounts. I work in IT. Access is part of my job. But now, my access is restricted. My boss won't look me in the eye. I asked for the details. They said they couldn't say more, but someone with personal ties to you submitted evidence. I don't have proof. But I'd bet my damn life it was her. I don't know what game she's playing now. I don't know what she wants. She said she didn't want anything. But now she's sabotaging my job? Why? Was it revenge because I caught her? Because I made her look bad? Because I didn't fight for her? I'm not sleeping. I'm barely eating. My hands shake when I try to work. I feel like everything around me is falling apart. And the worst part is, I still catch myself thinking about her. I still hear her voice in my head. I still want answers she'll never give. I don't even know who I'm angrier at, her for doing this, or me for loving someone who could. After the email from HR, I felt like I couldn't breathe. It wasn't just the accusation, it was the timing. Right after she came back. Right after she dropped that, get tested, line and walked out like a ghost. It wasn't just about her anymore. She was messing with my livelihood. And for what? I texted her. Didn't say much. Just, did you report me to my company? She replied 5 minutes later. What are you talking about? Classic deflection. I didn't respond. Later that day, I got an email from someone I hadn't talked to in a long time, Melissa, her ex-best friend. We hadn't spoken in years. Sarah cut her off back when she started climbing the corporate ladder and decided Melissa was too messy for her image. But Melissa always liked me. She even told Sarah once that I was the best thing she ever had. The email said, Hey, I don't know what's going on with Sarah, but you need to be careful. She reached out to me yesterday, first time in like 4 years, and started asking questions about your job. Said she needed to cover her tracks. She's up to something. Thought you should know. I stared at that message for a long time. Cover her tracks. Why? I started digging again. Not in her phone this time, I had nothing left of hers. But I checked social media. I checked LinkedIn. I checked anything I could find with her name on it. And then I saw it. She'd updated her profile. Freelance consultant. Marketing and cybersecurity advisor. Cybersecurity? That was my field. I clicked her portfolio link. And there it was. Projects. Case studies. Work I had done. Screenshots from my own demo environments. Diagrams I'd made for clients. She'd stolen my work. Rebranded it as her own. I scrolled further. Testimonials fake. Client logos, not hers. And then it clicked. She hadn't come back just to hand over divorce papers. She came back to gather intel. To get just close enough to copy whatever she needed before vanishing again. This wasn't just betrayal anymore. It was theft. It was sabotage. I took screenshots of everything. Compiled it into a folder. Sent it to a friend of mine who works in InfoSec legal compliance. He confirmed what I already knew. Yeah, man. She's committing intellectual property theft. And fraud if she's using this to get contracts. I didn't know whether to call a lawyer or a damn priest. And then, just when I thought it couldn't twist further, Rob called again. I almost didn't answer. But curiosity got the better of me. I think she used me, he said, voice low. She emptied my account. I sat up straight. What? She had access to my phone. I thought it was fine, we shared stuff. But now my bank account's frozen. There's charges from all over. Flights. Tech gear. Even a $1,200 charge at a hotel in LA. I didn't go to LA. I didn't know whether to laugh or scream. He said she ghosted him too. Just gone. Vanished. Blocked on everything. Left a note in his apartment that said, I need to be alone. Don't try to find me. He was filing a police report. I told him to send me a copy if he did. We may have been two men caught in her mess, but at least we were starting to compare notes. Then came the final twist, at least the last one so far. I got a call from my bank. Apparently, someone had tried to open a new checking account in my name using my SSN and work credentials. They flagged it because the IP address came from Denver. The rep asked if I was traveling. I wasn't. They froze everything. I checked my credit report. Boom, 2 new inquiries. Someone had applied for a loan and a credit card. All with my info. She didn't just cheat. She didn't just lie. She didn't just leave. She tried to become me. I'm meeting with a lawyer tomorrow. And an identity theft investigator. I've changed every password, frozen my credit, set alerts on every account I own. I don't know where she is. I don't know what name she's using now. But I know she's not done. Because people like her don't stop. They just move on to the next face. The next city. The next person to believe their lies. I used to think I missed her. Now I just want justice. And answers. Even if I never get either. I thought I was done with her. I thought after the identity theft, the HR report, the lies, the stolen work, after all of it, there was nothing left. But people like Sarah don't just fade away. They circle back. It was a Thursday afternoon. I was at my company's regional networking event, kind of a big deal for us. I almost didn't go. I wasn't sleeping. Wasn't eating much. Just showing up to life like a body on autopilot. The event was at the Marriott downtown. Tons of IT leaders, vendors, local clients. I was there repping my team. I had a small presentation lined up, nothing major, just a summary of our latest security initiatives. I'd barely made it to the podium when I saw her. Sarah. In the back of the room. Wearing a tailored blazer, hair perfect, holding a coffee like she belonged there. For a second, I thought I was hallucinating. But then she made eye contact with me. And she smiled. Smiled. I froze. In front of everyone. Lost my words mid-sentence. My boss noticed. People turned their heads. Some awkward chuckles. I tried to recover. Stumbled through the rest of my talk like I'd been kicked in the chest. Afterward, she approached me like nothing had happened. Hey stranger, she said. Nice presentation. Clean. Confident. I stared at her. Why are you here? I asked. My voice was shaking. She shrugged. Networking. I'm freelancing now, remember? That word. Freelancing. The same word she used on her fake site. With my stolen work. I wanted to scream. But then someone walked up, Mark, a senior exec from one of our partner companies. Friendly guy. Big presence. Hey Daniel, great job up there. And oh, I didn't know you and Sarah knew each other. She smiled like she was on a red carpet. Oh, we go way back. I couldn't take it. I turned to him and said, This is my ex-wife. The one who cheated on me, stole my intellectual property, and tried to open bank accounts in my name. His smile froze. Like someone poured cold water down his back. Sarah's face dropped, just for a split second. Then she laughed. Wow. Is this really the place? You showed up here, Sarah. Now people were looking. More people gathered around, pretending not to listen while clearly listening. Daniel, I don't know what you think you're doing, but this isn't the time. She hissed. Oh, it's exactly the time. I snapped. You think you can keep showing up and pretending you didn't blow up everything? You think you get to smile and walk into rooms where you don't belong? Her jaw clenched. She took a step closer. I came here to move on. You're the one dragging this into the light. I held up my phone. I have screenshots. From your fake portfolio. From your fake testimonials. From the job applications you submitted using my architecture plans. Should I pass them around? Silence. Pure, suffocating silence. Mark quietly stepped back. Others started walking away, heads low. But not before she snapped. I loved you, Daniel. I didn't say anything. I loved you until you made me feel invisible. You sat behind your screens every day and treated me like furniture. And yeah, maybe I handled it wrong. Maybe I destroyed it. But don't stand there and act like I'm a monster when you were half of the wreckage too. I wasn't prepared for that. She wasn't wrong. I had been distant. Numb. Especially the last year. I stopped showing up in the relationship. I stopped asking how she felt. I was so focused on being a provider that I forgot how to be a partner. But that didn't excuse what she did. I might have let go of you, I said. But you lit the whole damn thing on fire. She looked like she was going to cry. And then, she just left. Didn't say another word. Walked out of the conference room. No goodbyes. No slamming doors. Just gone. After that, it all unraveled. My boss pulled me aside. HR got involved again, but this time, they believed me. Especially when I showed them what I'd gathered. The screenshots. The fake LinkedIn posts. Rob even emailed a signed statement backing my side. Sarah was blacklisted from the event circuit. I heard through Melissa later that she tried to reinvent herself again, different name, different city. Got caught up in some tax mess in California. No one's sure where she is now. Rob and I never spoke again after he forwarded me the statement. He seemed broken. Like he'd aged 10 years in 2 months. I signed the divorce papers a few weeks later. Sent them off with no note. I didn't need to say anything else. It's been 9 months. The house is mine now. The cats are both here. Turns out she left the one she took with a neighbor before skipping town. I still work the same job. But I don't sit behind a screen all day anymore. I run more. I go outside. I talk to people. I went to therapy. I'm still going. And here's the truth I didn't expect. I miss who I thought she was. Not who she became. Not who she actually was. Just the version of her I made up in my head, the one who would never do what she did. That's the part that hurts the most. People ask if I'd ever take her back. No. Not because I hate her. Because I've learned to love myself more than the comfort of old lies. Would I change anything? Yeah. I'd have listened sooner. To the silences. To the distance. To the moments when love was being replaced by routine. But I also know now, if someone wants to leave, let them. If they want to burn it all down, don't hand them the matches. And if they try to become you, make damn sure you remind them who the original is. I'm not healed. But I'm healing. I'm not over it. But I'm over her. And every day, that gets a little easier to say.